Hey there, guys and gals. The intro Oddball here, and this is part 5 of me explaining the backstories of my videos. As you might have seen, the camera shook very wildly there. It was basically just me trying to readjust my seat, and I ended up shaking the whole camera as a result of it. The camera is still shaking right now, but yeah, we're kicking right where we left off. With me talking about about my 100 subscriber special. Basically, the backstory behind that was that one day in early 2019, I ended up gaining like so many subscribers in just a matter of like minutes. Like it was at 80 subscribers, then it was at 90, then 91, then 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and then every time I kept refreshing the page, it just kept getting higher and higher and higher. And then boom, we hit 100 subscribers. And so I made a 100 subscriber special in which I just thanked everyone for the massive amount of support that I had ever since I created the channel and stuff like that. You know, just thanked them, and how I thought it was crazy how 100 people came to my channel and just thought what I did was so good that they just thought it's worth coming along for the ride, really. And it's also one of my most popular video, actually sitting at 126 subscribers, not 126 subscribers, 126 views. That's my video right there, that's playing right now. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, that's, this is it, right here. I'm actually looking at my tablet screen while, doing this. But yeah, that's my video right there. It's actually one of my most popular videos, which is interesting. It's at 126 views. And then after that, I continued to play more Outlast Whistleblower. I made a title titled Ed Gein's Younger Brother. The only reason why I titled it Ed Gein's Younger Brother was simply because of Eddie Gluskin, which coincidentally they have similar names. Eddie Gluskin, one of the characters, basically just mutilates people, and that just gave me Ed Gein vibes. And also, I got a shave today, so you know that this isn't that I don't look the same like in the other videos. This is a different video, because I got a shave just yesterday. The only thing that remains is my mustache. And also, fun fact, while that video, my 100 subscribers thank you video, was being basically uploaded, someone commented congratulating me on hitting 100 subscribers, and I told them, hey, there's a video being uploaded right now that's basically about me talking about that. And then immediately after that, they congratulated me again, so it was interesting. And then I continued to play more Outlast Whistleblower. In fact, I actually managed to get to the end of the game just after I got done with the Ed Gein's Younger Brother video. And then after I got done with that, I ended up hitting 200 subscribers. Like, this is why 2019 was such an important year for me. Mainly because, like, this is another reason why I love 2019 so much. It was the year my channel was growing the most. I had hit 100 subscribers, then 200 subscribers, and then 300 subscribers, all in the same year. And while, yeah, it did go back down to 200, and then it went back up to 300 at one point, and then it went back down again. It's still incredible how I was even able to reach those numbers in the first place, really, considering I don't think my videos are that good. But yeah, I managed to hit 200 subscribers. I once again said 200 subs, thank you. And this video actually, interestingly, only has 48 views instead of 126 views like my 100 subscribers video did. And then I did the reviews of 2019 rule change, which was basically just me changing the rules up. I had original rules set up, and I was meant to see a movie during that month, and then I had to change the rule up because my grandfather ended up getting sick in the hospital. He had I hate to get all personal here, but he basically like got sick, and this is back in 2019, so it has nothing to do with COVID. But yeah, he got sick, and my mother had to visit him, and my uncles and aunt had to visit him while he was there, and he unfortunately ended up dying in early April of 2019. So yeah, it's very tragic. He died of cancer, by the way. My grandmother died died of old age, while my grandfather died of cancer. So yeah, it sucks, you know. It really did suck during that time period. It was one of the bad moments I had throughout 2019, you know. So yeah, that's why I had to change my rule. And then I finally made my, oh, I forgot to mention that I made my second review, which was of Avengers Endgame. It was basically just me after a few hours after I watched the movie, and I made a review of Avengers Endgame, and then it ended up doing well, and it got 77 views. And then I don't think I mentioned this, but I actually made a review on the Lego Movie 2, the second part. And I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video. I probably did, but that was my first movie review that I did. And then I made Avengers Endgame review, and I was actually really proud of those videos. I think they're good, even if I haven't seen them in a long time. And then I made a video titled My Response to the Hilda Fandom, which was basically like a lot of the Hilda fandom. The Hilda fandom at the time was really worried that The Mountain King would be the final ever book in the Luke Pierce in the series, but I came in to reassure them that that would not be the case. And then after that I did a video titled My Thoughts on the My Chemical Romance Reunion, which was basically me talking about the Joe Jonas news that was popular throughout June, about how Joe Jonas leaked a My Chemical Romance reunion, which turned out to be true. And how I was the only one that ever actually believed the dude, as the rest of the internet didn't agree with him because they heard the term so much that they thought, nah, this can't be legit. Even though I took his word for it, and it turned out I was right in the end and everyone was wrong. Yeah, serves you right, MCR fan base. I'm kidding, by the way. I think you're good, but you are a bit of a jump to conclusion-y fan base. And then I did an update video, which was basically me 3 days before my birthday, and me planning on doing an entire review. And then I said in the title Hilda Month, which was basically me just trying to review all the episodes of season 1 back in September, and that was my plan, and it never ended up happening at all. So yeah, that idea completely fell flat on its face, and I also ended up losing subscribers, and I did more stuff, and then my birthday came along. It was my 14th birthday, and I basically just talked about all the gifts that I got. It's very hot in here. I might put a fan on. It was very hot, and then I did a Toy Story 4 review, which went down pretty well, although not as well as the other reviews. And then I did 300 subscribers. I managed to hit 300 subscribers, and this video did the least, considering this was at 25 views. Didn't do as well as the other videos, which is interesting, and also a shame because I thought that video was going to do well, but it didn't. Not every video has to do well. And then I did Matt's Conspiracy Corner, which was basically me returning to the Matt Spiner character and him creating another sideshow, and this was basically about the Area 51 invasion that was popular throughout 2019. Yeah, remember the Area 51 invasion? You probably don't, and also him talking about an alien rapper called Lil Mayo, which isn't really that relevant anymore. And then I did an update. I basically did an update on the sub count and the Sundar Pichai, which was basically me talking about the Google CEO and how I thought he was going to leave, but I don't think he's going to leave at all, so that video is not actual. In fact, I honestly want to delete that video so badly, as what I didn't expect was when I was talking about my sub count, I ended up getting harassed by a few students at the school I go to. I ended up getting harassed by a few students who kept saying that I had sub-bot. That wasn't until I made an update on the sub count video, and that's when I officially cleared things for them, and eventually they learned to shut up. But in the middle of all that little bit of drama, I started playing Outlast 2 with Jaden Animations and Gizzy Gazza. Also Outlast 2 and and GTA 5 were the last ever R-rated games I will play up until I actually make it to up until I'm actually 18, and then I can go and return to these games, you know? My top lip is in so much pain. That's why I keep doing that. It's in so much pain. And then I did Matt's Conspiracy Corner Part 2, which was basically talking about the possibilities for the future of the Earth, and, you know, all that conspiracy mumbo-jumbo stuff. And also, again, about Lil Mayo, even though he's not really that relevant. And then I also did more Outlast Let's Plays. They were doing very well. In fact, to be totally honest with you, the Outlast series, Outlast 2, like, you can actually hear some of my actual reactions in them, because I was so, like, actually shocked when I was playing the game. Because with Outlast 1 and Whistleblower, I'd already seen Let's Plays, so I already known what to expect, but with Outlast 2, I was a little bit caught by surprise, so every time I was playing it, I was actually, like, very surprised, you know, when I was playing it. And then I did a review of The Lion King 2019. That was probably the worst 2019 film I'd seen. It's really forgettable now, and not much to say. And then I did a Hilda review. I did a second Hilda review, so I've overall done 2 reviews of Hilda, which is a series on Netflix, and they're not worth checking out considering they're really bad. And also, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I think my Outlast 2 series is the most clunkiest, messiest gameplay series that I've made so far. I think it's like the most messiest. Okay, I'm just gonna get a cup of water, and I'll keep explaining why it was messy. But yeah, I've gotten my cup of water now, so my top lip shouldn't hurt that much. But basically, the Outlast 2 series that I made were incredibly messy. They were basically like, there were some parts where I was recording so many minutes of it, and then the video would cut off, and then and then there'd be a few minutes of extra footage, and then there'd be parts where videos would be disappeared altogether, I think, and it was just such a messy series. I think Outlast 1 was really good, because it was very consistent. Outlast Whistleblower was also really good, because it was consistent. And then there was Outlast 2, which was really messy and chopped up and all over the place and stuff like that. And also, along with my Hilda review that I was planning, I also made a late congratulations to PewDiePie, basically congratulating him for hitting 100 million subscribers. Because I thought that was such a, you know, incredible milestone for him to reach. And then after that, I made a video titled how I was going to make 3 reviews of 2019. They basically ended up turning out to be Pokemon Detective Pikachu, Steven Universe the movie, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse had overall 17 views on it, and Detective Pikachu has 14 views on it, and Steven Universe the movie overall had 16 views on it. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse did the most well. Meanwhile, Detective Pikachu did the least well, although there are much better reviews than mine. And then after that, I did 5 days which were basically like the build-up to the Area 51 raid. And I once again used my Matt Spiner character, and I was building up the thing to be incredible and stuff. And it ended with me just Matt Spiner basically saying rest in peace to all the characters, and rest in peace to all the people that died there, even though no one ever actually died. And then I did, I did an actual Hilda Season 1 review, which isn't really that good, and you shouldn't really check it out. And then I did, Jaden Animations, and then I did more Outlast, reviews. Outlast, gameplay footage, and stuff like that, along with the Pokemon Detective Pikachu review, and the Steven Universe movie review, and then I also decided to officially shave my facial hair, and for some reason I thought I looked terrible, even though I actually think I look incredible back then, and I honestly really like shaving my, face and stuff. And to be totally honest with you, I kind of look really fat, in some angles like this. I look really fat. Maybe it's my really large chin here. But it's okay. I can, lose it all. And then I did a Abominable review, which I think did very well. In fact, my Outlast 2 series lasted from about August of 2019 to December of 2019. And stuff like that. And then I continued to do more Outlast 2 videos, and then MCR officially came back, and in the end I was right and everyone who didn't believe Joe Jonas was wrong. I was right in the end, but and Joe Jonas was right, and everyone else in the world who didn't believe him was wrong. So yeah, good on you, Joe Jonas. In fact, him basically talking about how MCR was coming back was the reason why I know about him. And then I made a video talking about Copper and how I said I was actually gonna end my YouTube channel. That didn't really happen at all. Copper didn't really have that big of an effect. Then I did Jaden Animations and Gizzy Gazza stuff, and then I decided to change my name. Now, here's something that I haven't mentioned at all, and I figured I should now. And that is, back earlier this year, back in early 2019, I actually changed my name. I wasn't the introvert oddball anymore, I was the extrovert oddball. And that was because I thought I was becoming an extroverted person. But no, I'm still introverted, still quiet, and all that stuff. So I ultimately decided to change my name back to the introvert oddball. So I'm now back, and I'm still going to be the introvert oddball till the end of time. And then I did my thoughts on YouTube Rewind 2019, which was basically me talking about how good 2019's Rewind was, and stuff like that. And, I was basically saying, hey, this isn't that bad. This is actually really good. Much better than 2018's Rewind. And then, but people were like, no, this one was really lazy. And while I can understand, yeah, it was lazy, but it still gave you everything that you wanted, okay? So, don't be that fucking ungrateful, I mean, sure it was lazy, but it was still a rewind. I'm gonna get more water real quick. So yeah, I was basically just saying that 2019's Rewind wasn't really that bad and stuff like that. And then I continued to do more Jaden Animations, Outlast 2 Let's Play, and then I did a review on 30 Seconds to Mars's This Is War, because I felt like it was not a very, it was a very underrated 30 Seconds to Mars album and stuff like that. And seeing how the 10-year anniversary was just rolling around, I figured, you know what, I'm just going to make a review on that. And then I did a quick little update, which was, I forgot once again what the update was, so it's not that big of a deal. And then I made 3 more Jaden Animations Let's Plays videos, and then I officially ended it with the last one. And then I put a disclaimer saying how there was some squeamish scenes, because there was basically a scene where Lynn, one of the characters, is basically giving birth to the Antichrist, and it actually shows the infant being born. It was really disgusting and graphic and stuff. And then so that's why I put a warning there. And then I made a review of The Addams Family. That was my last review of actually no, it was my second last review I'd made. My last one being Jumanji The Next Level. It was my last ever, review. It was my second last review I made. And then I did Matt's therapy session, which was a conversation of dreams, nihilisms, and life, and stuff like that. I was obsessed with nihilist stuff at the time, and stuff, and and I put a lot of music in the background, and I kind of want to actually come back to the concept of Matt's therapy session. So that's what I want to do very soon. And then I made a future of my channel plus my new haircut, which was basically me finally getting rid of my long hair, which I had from 2017 to 2019. And it felt so good after all that time. And if you're wondering why I grew my hair out for so long, it was basically because my brother decided to have the longest hair in the world back in 2013. And so I decided to compete with him. The only problem was that I didn't compete with him up until 2017, 4 years after he begun. And, I joined in, and then in 2018, I had very long hair, and Casey had super long hair, and then he got his hair cut off in 2018, and then I continued to grow my hair throughout 2019 as it was because I just felt like it, and then eventually I was like, you know what, I give up, so I cut my hair off. So overall, my brother, he spent 5 years growing his hair, and me growing about 2 years worth of hair. So yeah, that's what happened in the end. I don't really have plans to ever grow my hair back again. Or grow my hair back like that. I think that can be something that shall be left in 2017 to 2019. And then I did a recap of the 2010s, which was basically my childhood decade and somewhat teen, considering I was a teen in 2018 and 2019, but I was like 13, 14-ish and stuff. But for the most part, the 2010s was my childhood decade, and I still miss the 2010s. I'd much rather have them than 2020s. Although you never know, 2020s could be good just after the COVID-19 pandemic ends. And then I did, of course, a review of Jumanji, both my 2010s recap video and Jumanji The Next Level were both done on the same day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and one at night, and stuff like that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we finally go into the 2020 section of videos. And I started this year off, I started the 2020s off with me doing a cover of When Can I See You Again by Owl City, and, you know, it was really good and stuff, and, you know, it was literally on the 1st of January 2020. It was meant to do it on the 21st of December 2019, but I, of course, missed it, and so I ended up doing it in the 2020s. It was basically me saying goodbye to the 2010s and me welcoming the 2020s, and I had little did I know how bad it was going to be, or at least at the beginning. And then I decided to do a ranking of the worst from worst to best, all 3 of the TV shows that I did, and I basically had it like this: 12 Forever, Over the Garden Wall, and Hilda. Although my opinions might change, considering it's been like about 2 years since I've watched season 1 of Hilda, and it's been a year and a half since I watched 12 Forever, and a year and a half since I watched Over the Garden Wall. So my opinions might change, but I do have plans to rewatch Over the Garden Wall when October arrives. I'll definitely do that. And then, so after I got done, ranking those videos, I ended up going on a holiday to the Gold Coast, and it was a great holiday. You know, I got to do a lot of things, while I was there. I got to do a lot of, theme parks and stuff, and it was all before COVID had hit, and it was on my last few days it was on my second last day, actually, that I first heard of the coronavirus pandemic starting, and I was very concerned. I've already addressed what I initially thought of it in one of my, recent videos. So, yeah, I was a little panicked that this could get big, and sure enough, I was right. It did get big, and it ruined everyone's lives. And then I made a video talking about that I was back, and that I was, home again, and then I made a quick little rant about why life sucks at the moment. It was basically me talking about how Kobe Bryant died, and, and so did all the people in that helicopter, and, and then, the bushfires in Australia, and now the COVID-19 pandemic, and stuff like that. And then I made a video where I basically just played on a keyboard, and to be honest with you, I kind of want to go back to playing on that keyboard that's just resting in the lounge room, and I kind of want to become a really talented pianist and stuff like that. So I really want to go back to doing it. So that's something that I'll do. And then I came back to school. I wowed everyone with my new hair and my new look and stuff. It was really good being the center of attention for a while. And then I did an Outlast 1 review that basically featured the Odd Ones Out and Circle Tunes HD, as well as Outlast Whistleblower review featuring Dan, Phil, and Dill, and then, an Outlast 2 review featuring Gizzy, Gazza, and Jaden Animations. And, I did those, and that was actually the last time I've ever used those plushies, and I haven't used them since, and I think I should, come back to them eventually. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with them. So yeah, I did reviews on that. In fact, Outlast 1 and 2 have a very similar lighting, which is sort of like this, and meanwhile Outlast Whistleblower is just very brightly lit and stuff. And then I did a little talk about COVID-19, which was basically me talking about what was going on at the time. And then I made a video where I was stuck in quarantine, and it was my second day of quarantine, and I was like terrified of what was going to happen. And then I made an April Fool's Day joke, which was basically me saying I have the coronavirus, and this one ended up getting 30 views, and the last I checked, it had 1 dislike and 2 likes and 1 dislike. Yeah, that was definitely my most inappropriate, controversial video yet, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to make it. And then this year, in 2020, I made so many ideas and plans that all ended up happening throughout the entire year. It started off with me reacting to Top 5's, his video about the coronavirus, about, like, information about the coronavirus. Both part 1, I ended up having to split the videos in 2 parts because, I ended up having to just, because the video once again got cut off and stuff like that, and then I did 4 videos, which were basically covers of Steven Universe. I was basically wanted to honor Steven Universe, seeing how the show had officially came to an end, so I did that. I did It's Over, Isn't It covered, then Both of You, then I did Tower of Mistakes, and then I did Distant Shore, and then my birthday rolled around, so I basically just made a birthday video showcasing all my stuff, and then I did a showcase of the Black Parade My Chemical Romance CD, and then I did a quick little update video for the future plans I have for the channel, and I think I actually do remember this update, unlike all the others that I made in the past. And then I did a Steven Universe cover video. In fact, those 2 videos that I made were that was my last Steven Universe cover and my last cover that I've overall made, and then I went on a bit of a hiatus and I didn't upload any videos throughout all of September, and I remember the whole Cuties controversy that happened back in September. Yeah, kind of a gross film. I have seen some of its grossest moments that the film has, and it's honestly just sickening how a product like that even exists, Like, just really sickening stuff. And then, after going on a bit of a hiatus, in October, I officially came back with part 1 and part 2. Once again, had to split the videos off in 2 halves, because once again, the video got cut off and stuff. And I did it on lists that I wanted to make for such a long time. And they were the top 6 scrapped albums we want to hear so badly. They were courtesy of Rock Sound. I discovered them back in 2019, and I wanted to make a video on them, and I also got a haircut in that time and stuff. So things were looking up, I guess, and so I made the videos, and it's all good. They're not as high quality as I wanted them to be, but then again, none of my videos have ever been high quality until now. And then I made a joke video about how the world was coming to an end on the 21st of December 2020, which resulted in an actual conspiracy theorist talking about the actual, destruction of the Earth, and it was the funniest comment I'd ever seen. TAFE actually my friend, Karma Chameleon, ended up whooshing that guy. Sorry if I mentioned your name, by the way. Then I did an update on the 2020 phenomenon, which was my last Matt Spiner video I've made since, and it was the last I made of that series. And then I made another 2-parter of the top 7 band members that were fired for strange reasons. Again, it was another list I had discovered back in 2019, and I decided I wanted to make videos on them. And it was really cool and doing that. And then I did a ranking of worst to best to all the films that I saw back in 2019, and it was a follow-up to the video that I made at the start of the year, where I ranked all the TV shows. This time I ranked all the 10 movies that I actually reviewed on my channel. I actually did see another movie in 2019. It was Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, but I never made a review on it, so that's why I didn't count it in. And I don't even remember that film, so that's why it's not on here. And then And then I made a Christmas haul video, which was really awesome, as I got a really cool Panic at the Disco shirt, as well as a Brendan Urie Pop Funko, which is all the way over there on my shelf, and you know, it's really good. And then I got several music CDs, which I showcased off, from Two Way to Live, Two Way to Die, Petals for Armor, Paramore self-titled album, more My Chemical Romance, just really, you know, awesome CDs and stuff. And then I made my New Year's Revolution, which was basically to talk about beef that I had with ARTV, with music critic ARTV, or John, or whatever you want to call him. I addressed that video, and it felt so good to finally make it, and I'd made multiple takes on it before I finally got the right product and stuff like that. And you know, I really wanted to get that video off my chest, and I'm glad I did, because now it's out there for anyone to see. And then I did a recap on 2020, which was basically me talking about how bad the year was and how it only had a few good moments in it and stuff like that, like my nephew being born, and you know, me playing some really cool games that I waited for so long to arrive and stuff like that. And then I made a video which was basically sort of like a POV video, which was basically of me, like, when it's the final day of 2020 and you have no hope for 2021 because of all the shit that you've gone through in 2020. And it was basically just me playing some iridescent a cappella video that a YouTuber by the name of Ronald Donator made. It was really good. You should really check him out. He's a really good YouTuber. He's really good at this, and I just used it for my video. And then I actually commented on that video saying that, hey, I just used this for my video, and he said that he was actually going to watch it. And I was like, well, have you watched it? And he was like, can you please send me a link? And I sent him the link, and he sure enough liked the video and liked my comments and gave a thumbs up and gave an applaud, like an actual applause comment on that video. So yeah, it was really cool to get noticed by that guy. He's a really cool guy, and you should definitely check him out. And now we're officially moving on to the 2021 stuff. So to start off 2021, we made a video talking about how it was how Happy New Year, and how I talked about all the stuff that I wanted for 2021. Then I went on a bit of a break, and then I talked about my predictions for live music performances. And to be totally honest with you now, I think live music performances are happening in May, late May. That's when the Hella Mega Tour is starting. I also had a live performance that I saw in January, a little while ago, in January. And, you know, and that's basically that's been happening. So I'm really excited for when May 28th arrives. Looking forward for the Hella Mega Tour. And then in February, I uploaded my low quality Among Us Let's Play, which was really cool. And TAFE I mentioned your name again. Sorry.